All right, so let's get right into this. For this video, I don't have an idea going. I'm gonna do a bit of recap and hopefully I get something else going. But first, let's get into the last video was about past and present, and obviously the present. The present is a big deal. You know what I mean? You know, that's the way things are moving up. You know what I mean? That's where life is. Life is not in the past and it's not in the future. Life is in the present. That's how we move. When the present becomes yesterday, becomes a past, and when you want the present to come, something in the present to come tomorrow, that's the future, right? Okay, what else can we talk about? Last night I did a kind of a get to know me video for people who don't know me well. I mean, let's just let's get right into this. Okay, how can we put this? Okay, so look, I think there's an understanding that we have a lot of different people in this world. And even me with my outright typical public, you can even call I won't call it brainwashing. I'm calling it public education. I was in the public education system, by the way. And here in Canada, I was in the public education system, and I never went to any of the Catholic schools. I actually had a job at the head office of the Toronto District Catholic School Board. I was there to help create a website or something. It was a really failed project. I'm not even gonna get into details of that right now. Maybe another time. But I worked there for about a week. But they had Lent one day and we got free pancakes in the cafeteria and things like that. And I saw these kids around taking classes. But we were like in a kind of an office kind of area of the entire Catholic school board. But let's go on. Again, I was 19 when that happened, but I actually I did go into I think I was 17 at the time, and I went inside a Catholic school, and I just wanted to kind of just see what's going on. It wasn't the white building. I think it was like a red building. But it was somewhere in a central area, and I just wanted to ask them if there was any courses I could take, and they gave me the information and papers and stuff, and I was like, dude, I only need 3 credits, I only need 3 courses, but I didn't end up going there. But the point is that even when I was educated by the public education system, and I learned everything about life from them, because nobody really talked to me or hung out with me or took me anywhere or told me anything, and nobody really tried to educate me. Nobody around me, like, when there's a guy who's on your dick, and then when you're that kid and that there's that guy who's on your dick, but you're a kid, like that's a little bit of like, oh, here and there. But that was really nothing either. It was just a bunch of bullshit. And really, my education came from the public. My understanding of my life was from the public education system. And even at that point, I mean, we had established and realized, without being racist or anything, we had realized how different we are racially. You know what I mean? We're just built differently. We have different tendencies. Like our racial separations make us so much different. And then within races, we have all sorts of stuff. We've got your class systems when it comes to, classes, status. We've got people who are prone to do different professions, people that take different drugs, people that live different. We have so many types of people who are so different from each other. I remember there were mentally challenged kids. There was a couple of mentally challenged kids in one of my classes where they had a special teacher to help out with the teacher just for them. And I'm just saying that, and then we had your geniuses. We had a classroom specially for like the genius kids. We had all sorts of stuff. So, even at that time, I learned how different people are. You know what I mean? And I gotta be honest, part of what kept me so normal was the school system, and the fact, and I'll tell you one thing, being on the losing team and being on the winning team, the losing team is much easier. It's always way easier being on the losing team. People are more comfortable. People are more relaxed. There's not as much expectations. No one's pushing you, nothing like that. You know, being on the losing team is so easy, and I've been there, and I've been on the winning team. You know what I mean? But you know, the point is, we're all different. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't need to say anymore. You've seen my videos. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to talk about these enclaves and being in the world and having a presence, really being there, having some kind of role, you know, doing something all the time. You know what I mean? And that all matters. But you know, I'll tell you, like, I mean, you gotta realize we're all, you know, some of us are very different. Anyway, let's not even get into that. I mean, that's established. I already talked about that. I'm trying to see what more I could talk about. So knowing that we all do things differently, you know, and at this point, you know, it's good to have, you know, I was always artificially seeking things. You know, once I decided that I was gonna be on the winning team, and part of it was a separation. And I'm telling you, people think that I don't know how to drive. People think that I'm the passenger or they're driving everything, and I feel like I was like the back driver, really driving people. You know, I almost drove them into separation from me. I put them to the test. You know, I'm gonna test you out, dude. You know, you are the king of losers, man. You're the king of losers, man. I'm gonna test you out, man. I'm gonna put you to the test, man. And I'm gonna find out if you're really for me or not. Because the only thing keeping me with the losers was the fact that I just came into that team. Yeah, I mean, I started with that team, so I didn't want to leave them. So I was like, I'll put you to the test. They failed the test. I put on like 10, 20. They failed all the tests. I was like, all right, I'm cleared now. I'm getting my clearance. I'm going to transition into the winning team. Right? And that's all fine. That's all fine. You get into the winning team. You learn to win with them and whatever the case is. But a lot of things are artificial. I mean, if I'm not really breathing oxygen and I'm just here, what am I doing? Because I'm basically... you know, everything that I can do has to be artificial, meaning that I have no life. Me, myself, I have no life. I could have all the personality and looks in the world and all the talents in the world, but I have no life, me personally. The only way that I can live is through others. You know what I mean?